Okay, so hi guys. We're talking about this. I don't know why we're talking about this. I was just thinking about like what is the reason? But I don't really have a reason other than I want to. I am girly. I am the girliest girl that ever did girl. The girls that girln't, girl it. And the girls that don't, gorn't. I am that, period. And I want to talk about some girly ass shit. Before Bachelor season comes back, click books and all that, I was like, let's talk about them. And I was originally gonna do all three of them in one video. And then I watched this and said, I have too much to say. Which, great. I have a shit ton of, not a shit ton really, not as many as there are, but like the original, like all except for Princess and the Pauper, which I might like just go out and buy. I have so many Barbie movies. And ooh, I have like a lot of movies in general per. If you note my Secrets of My Hollywood Life video where I am filming in my living room, you can see on the side there are movies. There are easily quadruple that. I have so many movies. So many dividends and blurads. And apparently now 4K video, but mostly dividends of their perspective series. I also have Masquerade Madness, and I have access to the New York one as well. Like, oh, this one has the names of the girls on it. Lovely. We have to talk about these trademarks. That's for next time, I guess. And it doesn't matter. I'm gonna talk about it anyway. But I have a lot of movies in my home. But today we're gonna talk about Jammin, Jamaica. It's my scenes dolls. Competition to brats. You know, they're Barbie's edgier sister. Barbie's in the goddamn show. But I never noticed how little I knew and how much I just had to be like boom, 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 boom when I was a little kid. Because this movie, and it's their first, does it say it on this one? First feature film? Yeah, their very first feature movie. Their very first movie. I've never been slapped in the middle of like a web comic exclusive, and if someone could point me in the direction of those, I'd be forever grateful because I have no clue what was happening. So I wish I still had her, but I think she went with the great doll haul of 2012. But I got this with a doll. I got it with the Madison doll because she was black. And I originally wanted to watch my copy, but I think when my current laptop doesn't have a DVD slot. So when I bought the laptop, I bought a DVD drive. Thought I was buying a DVD drive, but I think I bought a DVD writer and it does not read. So I couldn't watch the movie on that. So I just went to YouTube. I wish I could show you, but when I pulled it out of its container, out of its case, the center of the CD started to disintegrate. I mean, I follow a lot of media preservation people who talk about movies and media simply so that there is a representation that they even existed. But, you know, it's different when it happens to you and it's your little piece of media that is disintegrating in your hand that was covered in CD glass. So I don't even know where to begin for you, because how did it even begin itself? It begins in the best way possible. A sweeping shot of New York, the city, as we are swooped through the city in the most PS2 ass graphics you've ever seen in your life. Takes us into a band, like 2D models, 3D backgrounds, playing what is the most influential, rip-roaringest pop-punk song of my life. Count me in, Maria, who? All I know is Spontaneous Combustion by Urban Desire. Urban Desire is the band made out of the boy dolls that are River, Sutton, Huston, and Ellis with songwriter Madison. Did I know that going into it? No. No, I had so much confusion in my heart. I had no clue where we were going at any time. This was truly a test of my memory of things that I learned in 2004. Did I fail this test a little bit? The only thing I truly could remember, and this might just be because I watched Darling Dolls video about dolls recently. I knew that all the dolls were named after places in New York, so I was like, Madison, Barbie, Chelsea, the New York Chelsea boot. Maybe I need to be more learned about New York, but no one wants to learn anything about Florida. No one's naming everything after different parts of Jacksonville. Where's my doll line? And where's my doll line with lead characters San Jose, San Marco, and the JTB? Like, okay. So we start with a sweeping shot of the city, maybe New York, as we are taken to a band playing the rippinest song on the planet, Spontaneous Combustion. The show is being shot by Barbie as River. I thought it was Hudson. I am telling you, I've never been gaslit more by a character than knowing things. The only thing I knew about the New York is Brooklyn, Bronx, Bodega, Miracle on the Hudson. So I was like, someone has to be named Hudson. Like, somebody has to be named Hudson. And now I'm reading the cover because I didn't read it before, because you know, literacy and me? Who? No. So I'm reading the cover and it says Hudson. I don't think Hudson had any plot in this movie because I do not know what he did, but I kept trying to name all the men Hudson. So in my notes it says that Hudson winks at Barbie. No, River. River is Barbie's boyfriend. He winks at her and she's just like, oh, swoon, let's swoon. As they play, they win the Battle of the Bands. They get a chance to go compete in a different Battle of the Bands in Jamaica, where they are now competing for a chance to cut a record deal at the Beat to Beat competition in Jamaica. It doesn't matter why I got this doll. There's no special reason. It was 2004. I was 6. Like, of course, if there's one thing about me. If there is a black doll, my dad's gonna buy it. So, I'm also very proudly Jamaican American, and so they're like, my dad was like, cool, we got fucking Jamaica, we got Black Doll, give it to Megan. I was obsessed because I had her, and I believe my sister had Barbie. Barbie came with a blue moped. This blue moped will become important later. But mopeds, that's important for later. Put a pin in it. So, we see Chelsea and name not known yet, Noli, dancing like noodles in the background. Everyone, what? Oh my god. Okay. Everyone has holes for noses. It is Voldemort Central here. Yes. No nose, just pinstripes. Nothing's more chic than having no nose. People question why the nose contouring trend in 2015 took off so hard. 10 years earlier, we weren't even giving the girls noses. Who needs a nose role model? Children born between 96 and 2000. Madison, Madison, okay, yeah, the doll that I had, Madison, appears. I had so many fucking Chelsea dolls. I don't know what it was about Chelsea's fashion. I think it was because Chelsea is the fashion designing one, and that was something I was interested in, and as a child, that they were just, my parents were like, give her the ginger one. Like, and a lot of Chelseas. I find Chelsea to be super annoying in this film, but whatever. Delaney has joined Chelsea and Noli, and they too wiggle and jiggle like noodles. They're giving peak, how deep is your love? White girl dancing, pointing, wiggling arms, throw it back. Like, they are on one. They're giving that realness. No song about coming should go this hard. This song walks, so I just had sex by Lonely Islands could run. Everyone has unnaturally blue eyes. I can't remember if I can't think of anyone else because all I can think about is the fact that Madison and I are about the same skin tone, has Aryan race blue eyes. Like, bro. Barbie and her have the same lashes, the same eyes, just absolutely the same. The Shamar Moore lookalike, oh my god, Shamar Moore arrives and announces that the band Urban Desire will be flown out to Jamaica to shoot not shoot a music video. That's what I was assuming the plot was. My child brain was making shit up. To shoot, will be flown out to Jamaica to perform in a battle of the bands, the Beat to Beat, and they're competing for a professional record deal and a recording of one of their songs to release to radio. The girls are all sitting around, so they're so excited. So the boys that I guess is Rivers, Sutton, Hudson, and Ellis, and Madison go off to Jamaica because they won, while Barbie, Chelsea, while Barbie, Chelsea, Noli are all sitting at home in Cold Place. And we don't have a name. Not at all. So they're sitting around this cold place and they're just like, God, it's so boring. They've been flown out for 2 weeks. They've already been gone for a week. The girls are like, what can we do? They decide that they're going to raise the money themselves and they're going to convince their parents to let them go. These girls are of an undetermined age that is both high school, but not adult enough in college to be like, I'm gonna go to Jamaica for a week, but totally cool enough for them to fly themselves post 9/11 and also raise the money, and it's just a whole lot. You never see a parent in this movie. Where are the parents? Delancey, which is Chelsea's cousin, she's in Jamaica with all of their friends, and that's a sticking point because it's like this bitch just arrived and she gets to hang out with our friends. I guess if I had watched the webisodes first, I would know that, but I didn't. They come up with an idea, a plan, to convince their parents in a montage to let them go, and also to... Okay, Megan, you're gonna have to move some clips around. I'm sure you already figured that out. While Barbie is lamenting about how much she misses her friends and her boyfriend, she calls Madison, and Madison gets tossed into a pool while on the phone, but like on the other end, you can just hear her screaming and be like, no, no, please, no, don't put me in. And it's like, oh my God. Oh God. Yes, we're canceling Barbie post Me Too. It was just very traumatic, very buck wild to be like, you know what? We're gonna have these screams. And of course, all Barbie hears is that her best friend is having fun with her boyfriend. How dare she? Mind you, they've been a songwriting group duo for however long, but that is simply too much for Barbara Millicent Roberts to withstand. They are going to Jamaica. Okay, so they come up with a plan, and we then go into a musical montage of the girls all doing something. Again, the soundtrack to this TV movie, impeccable. Spontaneous Combustion. This song about, you know, the crazy life is crazy. As Chelsea sells her hand-painted jean jackets. She'd be a sick Depop girly these days, my God. And they decide that they're going to they're gonna surprise the boys by showing up there. We have a convincing our parents montage, and then a banger of a song as they montage earning money. The coats are custom painted jean jackets. The girls raise the funds. Back in Jamaica, Hudson, it's actually River, and the band play and practice and ruminates to Madison about how good it is there in Jamaica. It's all about the music and the process and the band and like getting famous. There are no, you know, girls to distract us. My skin looks good. The girls are going to, so the girls decide that they're going to show up. Barbie and Noli and Chelsea decide they're going to show up. The one that I've been referring to Hudson as at this point turns out to actually be River. So that's a change that we can make. The one that we move on to the next person that I think is Hudson, is interested in Delaney. That boy is actually Ellis. The girls arrive and Barbie wants to hang out with her boyfriend, but this is in fact a work trip. And Madison keeps being like, can we get back to the music? Can we get back to what we're here for? The boys go off. The black one, that feels racist. The black one, Sutton, is British for some reason. Yeah, he's British for some reason. The girls go off to have fun without the boys. The girls, including Madison, go off. The girls on the trip are Delaney, Madison, Barbie, Chelsea, Noli. Chelsea flirts with the valet boy at Delaney's parents' guest house? Beach house? Because it's pre-2008, so anything's possible with money. Oh my god. She flirts with the valet boy and she's just like messes up. And what she really does is some bimbo shit. She's like, I accidentally left my coat in the car and I think it's locked. And he's like, Bestie, it is 90 degrees outside and it's a convertible. And she's just like, oh my god, I'm a dork. You're not a dork. You're a bimbo and you're adjacent to Baby Runs for President. But you are not a dork. So that's when I learned that that the boy that I thought was Hudson is actually Ellis. And I note that I am losing my mind. Who is Hudson? Who is Hudson? I'm not putting it up on screen yet. I will put Hudson on screen at the very end. Everyone is hanging out at the beach, and Sutton is teaching Chelsea a Cockney black slang accent. All I can think about is Jessie Nelson doing her Jamaican accent on BBC One.
She was better.
Yet. Seems Ellis is in a bit of a jelly top.
Huh?
Trouble, mate.
Sutton's teaching me Cockney.
Stressful. There's some more Battle of the Bands talk, and Barbie feels left out. And she leaves, and it's like, girl, you came onto a work trip. River takes her on, she's like, walks away all sullen and sad. And, we get a crossfade. Next scene. Barbie wakes up to the sound of rocks hitting her window, and she goes outside and she's like, oh my god, River. And River's like, I wanted to take you out on a date, girl. She, takes a moped down to this waterfall with him. It's so romantic. She's like, this is all I ever asked for. He's like, I wrote a song for you. And then he plays the most ass piece of music you've ever heard. She bolts awake. Psych! It's a dream. It's a nightmare. She goes out to meet the rest of the group, and they're like, why didn't you wake me up? And they're like, it's bad to interrupt a dream. And she's like, yeah, it was a dream. All sad and shit. And he's like, here's a breakfast. And it's like a sad donut, which like, it never has like a food affected me. Like when people talk about like fake food that they saw as like a child and were like, I have to consume that. I have to consume that right now. Me and that sad donut. It looks so soft in the mouth. I did not find that donut until I found apple cider donuts in Baltimore. And there's a place out in the county called Prune Donuts. And they were right around the corner from my cousin's house. And they were delicious. Overly priced, like $8 for a single donut, sure. But if a donut's gonna make you come by biting into it, is it not worth it to eat? I think so. But whatever. It had a profound effect on my life. So the band is rehearsing. They play another Ripper, and it's great. They then decide that like once they're done with rehearsal that they're gonna go on a moped trip into the city, into Montego Bay. They have a moped day date with a reggae song that plays in the background, and everyone's taking pictures and having fun. It's another 3-minute montage. Mind you, this whole thing is only like 45 minutes, so like 3 minutes of montage. I'm cutting some shit out for you guys. While they're shopping in the like, I almost want to say bento district, in the like flea market area district, tourist trap area, Chelsea picks up a piece of fabric and he's like, it's a poncho. Sutton's like, it's a poncho. And she's just like, but what if and then she wraps it around her bikini waist. And it's like, oh my god, he's like, brilliant. And it's like, bestie, that's a strong, that's a throng, that's a strong, that is already existing, bestie.
What do you think?
It's a blooming tablecloth, Chels.
Uh-huh. But what if...
Wow.
Okay, you have to buy it. It is too cool.
Sutton gets, originally I thought he got grifted. Sutton gets grifted into buying necklaces from the only other black person in Jamaica. The necklace shopkeeper that he's like, you've got a gorgeous accent. She's like, you too have a gorgeous accent. Are you gonna buy some fucking necklaces? And he's like, I will buy as many necklaces as you want if you come to my Battle of the Bands in a couple of days. And she's like, I bet. And then the group calls him away and he leaves with her necklaces. You never see this man pay. This nigga stole her necklaces. Rude, homophobic, anti-black, anti-immigrant behavior, misogynoir. My God. So they go down to the beach again to hang out, and there's like, it's very exhausting. There's some surfing shit that happens while Barbie's hitting on the beach and talking to Madison. And she's getting like super salty. Barbie is super fucking salty that she's in the center of her best friend and her boyfriend's world, as while she's talking to Madison about her trip out here, Rivers comes up and asks her about the Battle of the Band stuff, and she's just like, oh, I'm not a part of the conversation. Oh, woo, 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 woo. So she wanders on over and tells her friends, she tells Noli and Chelsea that she's feeling pretty bad, and Chelsea asks Delaney if anything weird was happening, if River was being weird while she was gone, weird like cheating weird, and Delaney's like, no, he was so excited to see her. He made this whoa face when he shows up. So then Noli asks Madison if he's being weird and if they're being weird together, and she's like, that would be like kissing my brother. No. And Barbie's my best friend. So much interpersonal drama. Oh my God. And so they're like, well, don't tell Barbie we asked about this, but like, you know, blah, blah. So whatever. We go out and they're at a nightclub. The single best scene in this movie has so much dance physics. Oh my God. Yes. Wriggle. Wriggle like a snake. Wriggle like a snake. Hands. Wriggle like a snake. Oh my God. So Delaney loves to throw her hips. You know, make a montage, Megan, please. Thank you, Megan. You're a good editor. You're good at this. You have fun with this. This is fun for you. The valet from the beginning of the movie where Himbo Bimbo Chelsea happened comes and asks Chelsea if she wants to dance. She's like, of course. Get down. And they kind of move like Sims 2 characters. So Barbie is dancing with River, but River is super focused on talking to her about the competition, and like he notes all the people that he thinks it's gonna be a competition between him and his band, and she's just like, can we go outside and talk? Like, Barbie is in fact peak white woman feminism. She's just like, I have interjected myself into something where I'm not the center of attention, and I'm going to make it everyone else's problem. So Barbs takes him outside and it's like, you're being weird and I dislike this. Barbie's like, you're being weird and distant. And it's like, Barbie, you're the one who's being weird and distant. You walk away every time someone has a conversation that doesn't involve you. But go off, queen. Go off, girl boss. Sutton is scratching records because, you know, the black character is a good DJ. You know, only second to the black character is a good drummer.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's up?
Is that Delancey?
For your groove and pleasure, I give you Master Scratcher from Urban Desire, Sutton.
This one's for my band. Give it a listen, see what you think.
She's really good.
A record company exec is fucking breaking it down in the background. He's fucking cutting a rug. Just like, again, more noodle arms, more jazz-tastic movement. Barbie's in the background giving How Deep Is Your Love? How deep is your love? She is serving it to the children. The record executive is a beat-to-beat agent, and so people are like, oh my god, Russell Russellton of Russell Russellton Records. So after the party, Madison asked Noli if she told Barbie about the weird romance dream, because apparently in one of the episodes that I missed, she had a dream that her and River were dating, but it was super weird for her. And she notes that Barbie's been acting super weird lately, and she's like, I hope, did you fucking tell her? She's like, no, I didn't, I swear. Madison's just like, this competition could change everyone's lives. This could be a game changer as far as their careers go. Of course she's spending a lot of time with River. He's the lead vocalist and she's the songwriter. So what else am I supposed to do? Osmosis the words that he should sing into his head? Barbara Millicent Roberts? While Madison is talking to Noli, Barbie is confiding in Chelsea about how River must be more interested in Madison, because he said that he was there and he was interested in the music, and the music is Madison, and somehow she is like girl bossed her way into thinking her boyfriend is cheating. She's just so in her head that she can't be pulled out, and like Chelsea's like, are you good, girlfriend? And she's like, yeah. Obviously not good. It's like, you're not good, baby, and that's okay. You don't need to be good. Next morning, Madison goes to make sure that River and her are still just friends. And Barbie walks up as they hug it out. And she's like, no! ¿Por qué? How could this happen to me?
Songs.
I never would have gotten anywhere without your voice. I guess we're just really good together.
You kidding? We're perfect together.
No way. No way!
As she hugs, and she's just like, how could you do this? They're so perfect together! No, Barbie walks up as they're like, we're perfect together, because they're a perfect writing team. They're perfect friends. But, you know, Barbie is here to be like, no male to female friends. Only hook up. So Barbie runs off heartbroken, and no one can find her. Mind you, this is the morning of the B2B concert. They have to do their whatchamacallits. They have to do tech rehearsals. That's literally the last thing they have to do before the competition. Well, of course, because River's out looking for Barbara, they missed their time slot, and they are fully without an ability to compete. Everyone's pissed at Rivers because, like, we're here for the music! Who cares about your stupid girlfriend? They're disqualified. Thanks, Barbara. Madison cries and runs off. They brainstorm a solution for a while, but they can't really figure out a way to do that. And then we have a cinematic shot of Barbara on the beach. The camera pans up and it's the phone, and she's like crying and deleting photos of her friends off of her phone. Like, she's fully already removed these people from her top 8. The love triangle's all sad. Rivers is like, ugh. Madison's looking at a picture of Barbie in her locket that she has, and it's just like, my best friend. And Barbie's deleting photos. She would be so annoying to follow on Instagram. Imagine you're like, oh my god, I love that makeup look she did. Let me just save that. And then when you go back to look at it, it's gone because she went through like a 3-minute breakup with Rivers and like a 4-day best friend breakup with Madison. And now there's like this sparkly cut crease that you were totally inspired by is just gone. But we get another banger song that plays in the background, as well as another 3-minute montage. So fully 12 minutes, honestly more. Fully 12 minutes of this 45-minute little micro movie is song montages, not counting the first song that's like is like 2 minutes 45 seconds in the beginning, and then the credits at the end, which is another like minute 45. There's like 15 minutes of musical montage. There's only 30 minutes of plot. They have a shot of River looking for Barbie on his moped, and he comes across, again, another scene that's like embedded in my head is River walking up, and then the woman who turns her head, and she's like, not Barbie, and like they compare that she's not Barbie by her being like just kind of quirky and like not as beautiful as Barbie. I just love her. Madison finds Barbie on the beach. Barbie blames Madison, and Madison somehow takes the blame by being like, yeah, I saw that you came here and interrupted our work trip, and then, you know, didn't make sure that you felt good about interrupting our work trip. I'm sorry. It's like, how is this your fault, bitch? Madison then on her own, or Barbie on her own, then is like, no, it's my fault. Like, yeah, it is your fault. No one's gonna stop you from taking your rightful blame, you dumb bitch. My god. Madison is just like, oh, and she's like, oh, I forgive you. And they make up. Barbie shows up Barbie walks away and is like, I gotta fix this, and goes off to fix this by harassing Russell McRussell at his big hotel. And then she rolls up and she's like, okay, Battle of the Bands starting right now. We have 2 hours to set up a concert for after the Battle of the Bands. So in 2 hours, mind you, they find and rent amps and equipment. They get a stage going outside of Delancey's parents' beach house. They get posters made, amps, stage, lighting, tiki torches. They are going at it, and they get everything together with time for them to be set up at the age of the Battle of the Bands to hang out flyers to be like, oh my god, unofficial after party on the beach, come watch this other band play. Super cool. Feels illegal. If this was happening in America and in the present day, RCA would fully be breaking people's wrists. Like, no, leave the fairgrounds. We essentially, you know, the ending is essentially the same as Camp Rock, where our band that's been disqualified from competing in the competition then gets to compete after the competition. Loopholes, baby. Loopholes. They play their song. It's technically another montage. Urban Desire plays the song that they've been practicing. And it's a song that River, I guess technically Madison wrote about Barbie, and it's like, the best thing about you is you make life fun, and it's like, oh my god. Again, it's a banger. I'll play a snippet. It's bang awesome, but it's still like not as good as Spontaneous Combustion, a song about the most passionate nut anyone has ever ripped. So River dedicates a song to her. They play the most Weezer-ass song you've ever heard in your life.
She's the coolest girl ever, and none of us would be here without her. 2, 3, 4.
The Jamaican shopkeeper is there, not to beat Sutton's ass, but to dance with him, because British and black people, you know, gotta put the likes to likes, baby. Barbie and River kiss on stage because Barbie loves to run her happy ass up onto the stage. where she does not belong. And Russell of Make Russell shows up to offer them a demo recording in New York. They're all like, woo! They're like, what about the competition? And he's just like, fuck the competition. This is a chance. I'm a fan. I just like your music. And it's like, all the other bands like, fuck my drag, am I right? So yeah, you know, everyone's happy at the end. What did we learn? Perseverance. I don't know. I just thought these were fun and wild and wacky and so stupid. Every piece of media is a little stupid. That's why I love it. You know, you gotta get down. You gotta get down with the dumbness. I'm gonna talk about the Bratz TV show. You know, we got a couple more weeks to Bachelor season, so might as well get fucking down, right? Yeah, I don't know. I like to keep you people over here at like a wrist distance, like a arm's length away from me, so I'm not as friendly. I mostly just tell you I have an end card and search that shit up, but I never put anything in my end cards, so that's really useless. But you can follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Megan_Blush. But my media TikTok, where I try to talk a little bit more eloquently instead of being like, oh my god, fucking look at my bum ass lashes, is Meglina_, I believe. Yeah, they're like little cut bits from my videos on there. There's, you know, just little fun things I thought were funny from my original videos in there in a clippy kind of situation. You know, whatever gets the kids going. This is gonna have its own playlist, but you can also check out my Girl Bossing Through History, which has all of my like girly media shit, my McBling video, my click video, and my Secrets of My Hollywood Life videos will all be in there. I'm hoping to get this up this Saturday, so pretty quick turnaround for me. Last Saturday, so my last produced video is my Secret of My Hollywood Life 1 video. The weekend after this should be Secrets of My Hollywood Life on Location. And then Family Affair, and I Need to Read Paparazzi Princess. But we're gonna bang it out. Are we? Maybe, because my best friend's home. But in between all that, there's gonna be Barbie media reviews, because I think that's fun. Of course, I should want to stay in my niche of talking about dating shows, but I don't want to talk about that, so we're gonna do what I want to do. I'm the sheriff. Oh my god, who's Ellis? Ellis. I don't even know right now. Past Megan will tell you. But bam, bye. No inhibitions, no sin. How deep is your See, I can't even do it right because I have a little too much rhythm with it. They're like arms up, collecting to the sky, shoulders, no more arms, less shoulder.